My name is Eng, or you can call me Jalu. As you already know, Balluff is an automation company which can provide a variety of solutions towards Industry 4.0. So therefore, we can assist you and your company to upgrade your logistics to a whole new level. And for today's agenda, we will be focusing solely on storage and retrieval only. So as previously, my colleagues in the past has explained to you on the rest of the topics, such as such as the conveying and transporting solutions and sorting and picking solutions. So for those who have missed the previous webinar, feel free to go to our website to search for more info on these solutions. So today we will solely focus on storage and retrieval only. So first of all, I would like to discuss the value and demand of intralogistics. So before I go further, maybe can anyone explain to me in the chat box what is the meaning of intralogistics? I'll give you a 30-second for typing if you want it to. All right, so no worries. Yeah, warehouse. So you're right. So because it's a complicated topic, maybe it's a fancy word for intralogistics. So that's why I'm here to share the info with you. So intralogistics refers to the planning, installation, execution, and control of all internal material flows of the company. So basically, which means warehouse, like what Adrian says. So, and all these flows you see in this picture represents time. So, and then time represents money as well. So that's why the topic of the day is a grip of time. And next, so with the globalization of trading and the rise of e-commerce nowadays, like Shopee, Lazada, and all, the logistics centers are there to assist us to cover and store the incoming and outgoing goods efficiently. So that is why the logistics centers, aka aka warehouses, have emerged. So the typical logistics center, whether it's small or big size, will look at several aspects, such as the size of the warehouse, the height of the warehouses, the number of AGV, or if you do not have AGV, maybe you use worker to carry around, or the sorting hours to spend on the goods. So how do we determine what is a good logistics center? We can determine it by three aspects: scale, efficiency, and data. So as our topic of the day is time, if we have a large scale of storage house, we need a large number of sensors to assist us on executing data. So large scale means large number of sensors to collect data. And since time is money, we wouldn't want to waste too much time on maintenance also. And therefore, data and visualization is the key to have a good sorting facility. So how can Balluff help? So our Balluff products is basically everywhere, from the gate entry data, such as the UHF gates, and also like the incoming goods or outgoing goods gate. We can help you to propose a suitable solution to you, such as RFID solution, conditioning, monitoring, and proximity sensors, which I will talk about it later. So our solution is based on three things. We need to be intelligent. We need to have a good traceability and also versatility. So let me explain to you it further in the next slide. So as in intelligent aspects, how are we intelligent? So maybe you have heard of IO-Link technology. If you do, that's good for you. If not, no worry, I will explain to you in the next slide, or you can have a look at the picture here. This is basically our IO-Link master. So our IO-Link master acts as like an intermediate product to communicate with your PLC. So it is somewhat like to replace your current setup of a lot of cabling. So this is one-to-one, point-to-point connection. So it's easier for you to trace. So you can link a lot of things such as IO hub, RFID, smart light, or all these IO link wireless, or different sensors depending on the users. So what are the benefits of the IO link? To simplify that, we have to simplify this slide. Let me tell you the benefits. So there is no more manual configuration. So it's just plug and play. So you don't have to worry about all the hustle on how to buy or what to buy. So it's just plug and play. So next, there is no more hustle on troubleshooting. And because IO-Link, as I said just now, it's point-to-point connection. So you know which sensor fails. So next, no more confusion on which sensor is spoiled, since the IO-Link master has LED to indicate what is spoiled and the alarm, and also have function those alarm function available. And no more extra cost on cabling, since the IO-Link is run either on Ethernet, Profinet, and etc. And it makes retrofits easier and reduce termination and eliminates signal delays. And of course, we wouldn't want any unplanned downtime. So this is like the topic of the day, the topic of the year, predictive maintenance. So perhaps later I will talk about it more. And next is traceability. So we offer a whole package of RFID solutions, such as data carrier, also known as tags, and read-write head, also known as antenna, and evaluation unit. So our RFID system have different ranges, such as low frequency LF, high frequency HF, and ultra high frequency UHF. So since we have a wide range of tags, antennas, and processors to select from according to what you require. So also you may heard of 2D code readers used for track and trace, right? Such as barcodes, QR codes, and yeah, you're right, because they are almost the same, but they are different. So later I'll talk about it. This intralogistic, our Balluff intralogistic solution, we can optimize the production processes, we can reduce production error, and also to increase the production quality. And we can increase efficiency, and we have higher transparency, which everything that we have discussed so far. And on this, our solution, we can connect it through MQTT or OPC-UA to ensure the consistency from the IT to OT world. So MQTT stands for Message Queuing Telemetry Transport, and OPC-UA stands for Open Platform Communication Unified Architecture. So IT basically it's like a ERP system, if you have heard of. And they are OT, it's like the factory floor, which connects all the maybe such as like RFID sensors and PLC. So how do they connect? By MQTT and OPC-UA. So lastly, for versatility, we have various sensors to meet the detection requirement, such as object detection, position detection, and of course, condition monitoring. So we have a lot of sensors, basically. So maybe you can focus on the simple stuff, like such as photoelectric sensors. This is also photoelectric, but it allows distance detection. And this is inductive and capacitive, and maybe like magnetic switch for your cylinders. And the topic today probably will be condition monitoring, such as vibration sensors. So far, is there any question on the floor? If no, then I will continue the slide. I don't think any question, so I will continue the slide. So I will go into the topic of the day, which is storage and retrieval. So the topic before is just a brief introduction on what is intralogistic. So what is storage and retrieval? So storage and retrieval are basically like the important link before and after production, which means incoming goods and outgoing goods. So we need to monitor it efficiently and accurately due to the fact that it's large in quantities in every factory, right? So what is the best solution for large-scale warehousing? So this is our IO-Link master, as I previously shown. So it could connect to a lot of sensors, such as our IO-Link BTL, which is our magnetostrictive sensor to detect the position of your conveyor or whatever application that you require. And we have IP20 hub, we have RFID, we have AI hub and DO hub. Maybe I will do a demo for you later, and also a smart light. This, like what I said just now, IO-Link master is act as an intermediate between the sensor and to your PLC. So it connects through communication protocols such as EtherCAT, Ethernet, Profinet, Profibus, CC-Link, whatever you can name it, we have it. So the Balluff IO-Link solution can provide what to you in customer perspective. We can effectively control the cost. We can improve the import time. We can have convenient maintenance and also, of course, data traceability. So data traceability, we will focus on RFID scheme based on IO-Link technology, which I will demo it after this presentation. So the components, it will provide excellent data traceability. All right, great. So okay, so this is our IO-Link master, as I previously explained to you. Let me explain to you what every port does briefly. So these two are actually the communication port. So as I said, like EtherCAT, Profinet. So these are the ports that connects to the PLC. And you see two ports. So maybe one port is to PLC, and this is for daisy chain to another IO-Link master. So you can see these two big ports. These are the power supply ports. So we are using 7/8 port, 7/8 inch size of connection. And the rest of these 8 sensors are for sensors port. So you can connect up to 8 or 4 or 8 or 16 sensor depending on your requirement. So our IO-Link master is very easy to use. So it has a preset IP address. So I have set the IP address to this IP address. So in your web browser, you just type in the IP address, and you can straight away come to the IO-Link master web page. So it's very simple. So maybe I will connect to some sensors. Connecting the IO-Link master to our tower light. Sorry, our tower light. So after you straight away you connect the tower light, you can see there is a part number coming up. So which which confirms my comment on the plug and play part. You don't have to worry about you need to register whatever sensors you need to be, and it's not just limited to Balluff products. Any IO-Link product from other vendors such as IFM, Kians, if there is an IO-Link protocol, we can connect to our IO-Link master. So let you have a visual. So if you want to configure the tower light, as you can see, there is no light. You just click inside, you can see every information that is to store in the sensor. So it is no longer digital or analog signal, it's a lot of things. So you can see the process data, you can see all the parameters or the event, or even you can do the port configuration. So you can how to say configure each port or what to use, what is their cycle time, what is the use of each pin. You want to deactivate it, you want to be at the IDO, you can do it. And for just now, you can also set the IP address. As I mentioned just now, the IP address of this is 192.168.137 and 13. So you can set it. And you can do output test. You can have a firmware update, IODD, a lot of things. So our RFID looks like this. This RFID is integrated with its evaluation unit. So you do not need a separate evaluation unit such as this. So this is our evaluation unit, standalone one. And this is multi-frequency evaluation unit, which can handle LF, HF, and UHF in one go. And this is built in one, so it's different. So as what I mentioned to you just now, it also can be used for in web browser. So you just connect your Ethernet cable to the RFID and you power it up. Okay, so you can straight away log into the RFID systems. So let me show you how to use it, how to navigate it. So you need to log in first. It's password protected, so you can access to whatever it is to configure this, and you can write the RFID. So let's say I have a tag right now. You want it's the LED indicates that it detects the RFID, the RFID tag. So just now I have tried to read to write what is inside. So I write a few codes inside. So if you want to write the codes inside, you can as well. So I can do like now I set it to 12. So I just write it. Sorry, I need to change it. So I write it inside. So for example, I read another tag. So this is another tag info. So this is what we write just now, became 12. So just now was 15, now it's 12. So it's very simple to use. You can use to have different types of data to be written on. So like I mentioned, we have IO-Link master. So now we have a newer version, which is multi-protocol. So now each IO-Link master has its own connection protocols such as Ethernet, EtherCAT, but now with multi-protocol, you just need one in your warehouse, then you can perform all communication in one go. So, and then what's the difference? And also another difference is the power. So the power used to just now, I showed you it's 7 and 8 inch. Now is M12, which is more commonly available. And it is plastic. It used to be stainless steel, which is more cost effective. And of course, we have enhanced the web server as well. So for another entry hub item, which is the IO-Link digital and analog hub. So it is also plastic, and it's very lightweight, and it can handle up to 16 DI or 8 DO. And it is very high speed, with a transfer rate of 230.4. And just now, what I mentioned to you, the RFID as well, with a robust IP67 housing, and it is IO-Link capable, and can up to 60 mm range, and we have the largest selection of RFID IO-Link on the market. So this is our 2D code reader, 1D 2D code reader, which is I will have a demo for you again later. This is a powerful camera, which it can auto set up for the sensor configuration. Everything is inside, autofocus, the lighting, the software, the analysis, and it's very easy to use. I will show you in a moment. So it's cost effective. It's a parallel readout, which means that you can connect to your PLC and connect to our software, and you can have additional condition maintenance. So let's hold the PowerPoint for a while, and I'll show you the camera. So the camera also can be accessed through web browser. I will unplug the power first. So once power up, you can see LED light up, and connect the communication to my laptop. So here you can see we have a QR code printed on the card. So I will ask the camera to detect the QR code. So the IP address of the camera is this. So same, you just type in the camera IP address. All right, so first of all, you need to detect, you need to let the camera lens pick up the QR code first, of course. And like what I said, it's very easy to use. So we have an auto setup function. If you do not know how to use the camera, it's totally fine. You can just plug and play. So if you just point the, sorry, just point the camera lens to the QR code, to the QR code. As long as the camera can pick up, it's fine. And you just click auto setup, and it will automatically shoots a laser to pick up the QR code. So once you see finish code found QR code, just click OK. Then you go to monitor. As you can see, straight away, the camera found the code, and it will refresh it with the refresh rate of every 0.3 seconds. This is the elapsed time. So let me remove the QR code, and it will say not good because there's no QR code found. But then I put it back. Immediately it will say okay. So it's very, very easy to use. And to add on what other codes you can find. For 1D code, these are the codes that you can the camera can access to. Just if you know what you're doing, you can just manually set up the camera. If you're not, just click auto setup and you're ready to go. And 2D codes, these are the codes that are offered. It even offered micro QR code, stack code also. So these are the manual settings that you can do to the camera. So it's very easy to use. So I'll be back to the presentation. So this is the sensor, the camera sensor. So as just now I have explained to you what is the 2D code and the RFID difference. So the difference is in principle. So RFID uses radio technology, which is a combination of frequency, and QR code uses optic technology, which is using camera. So the difference also depending on the range because radio frequency can access longer ranges. It depends on either active RFID or passive RFID. So if it's our sensors are passive RFID. So our active RFID is very similar to our TOR system, the smart tag. So you need a power up tag to communicate, whereas passive tag you do not need powered tag to do so, but it's shorter ranges. QR code technology requires a camera, so we need an antenna. RFID usually requires antenna, and this is giving real-time information, and this is giving static and only transfer once. So RFID, as long as within range, it will continuously detect. Whereas QR code, when it is out of the lens capture range, then it is no longer doing its job. And RFID can scan multiple tags in a short space of time, whereas QR code is only one code at a time. So these are this is the this is the difference between RFID and QR codes. So they have their own advantages and disadvantages, but it depends on what you require in your application. And the Balluff identification sensor, you can do it in parallel style, which is totally not affecting your current setup. So if you have a sensor, for example, a camera, it can link to your master, then up to your PLC, and you can have another connection to our software, and our software upload via MQTT to your SAP systems and your whatever system that you have. So our sensors are highly cost effective. We have a photoelectric sensor. So these sensors are there to detect in, like for example, you have a carton. When the carton like for example, this carton, the carton are picked using the forklift, and you want to make sure that the carton is inserted in the correct space, like for example this space. So you can install a photoelectric sensor to make sure that the carton is correctly placed rather than this space or this space and so forth. So to summarize what we have talked about, previously my colleague has spoke about the conveying and transporting, and I have talked about storage and retrieval, and other colleague as well talk about sorting and picking. So all this combining, we can provide to you a intelligent intralogistic warehouse.